Hi, today we are talking about communication systems, and I'm going to discuss Picture Exchange Communication System, also known as PECS. Picture Exchange Communication System is a behavior-based intervention that uses pictures to communicate. Individuals with ASD are taught to select the picture that they want and give it to another individual in exchange for that specific item. PECS has been shown to improve like an increase in initiations, increase in the use of symbols in a classroom setting. It can increase response from a learner and increase requests, increase in spoken and vocabulary and with spontaneous vocalization, and it can also increase social interactions with peers. PECS can be used in all types of settings, and the picture icons can be understood by most individuals, so it's really good in that sense. The main goals of PECS are to create a functional communication system that the learner with ASD can use to communicate with many different communicative partners, including peers, and another goal is to generalize or to use generalization using PECS across all natural settings. There are 6 phases when it comes to PECS. First, let me show you what a PECS board might look like. They can look, different. This is just one of my clients at the center. This is kind of what ours looks like. We have a string or yarn or something so they can carry it around with them. A lot of the kids like to wear it around their neck. We always make sure to, wherever they go, the PECS book goes. So if we're leaving the room, the goal is to have them independently pick it up and carry it with them. But if they don't, we make sure we point to it. They have to pick it up and carry it to our next room that we're heading to, or the next transition. There are 6 phases with PECS. Phase 1 is teaching the physical assisted exchange of the picture. So, for example, if I'm just going to pick one here, Play-Doh. If the client was playing with Play-Doh, it's a preferred item. I would say, 3, 2, 1, my turn. I can move the item, and as soon as she goes to reach for it, I would redirect her to the board, and she would have to pick up Play-Doh and place it in my hand. Now, in phase 1, they don't really know what to do yet, so we usually have a silent prompter behind them. There are no verbal prompts with phase 1, so we want to make sure that whoever's behind them is just fully physically assisting them. So I would have, again, we would redirect her to the board. Someone would be behind her and physically assisting her to take it off and placing it in my hand. So we would want to fade 2 things. We would want to fade the assistant behind her, and we'd also want to fade my open hand. It's important to have our hand open in the beginning just so they are aware that's where you put it, you get it, and I would say, oh, Play-Doh, you want Play-Doh. Nice, asking for Play-Doh, and we hand it to them. We're wanting to repeat the word that's on the icon so they're seeing it, they're hearing it, and hopefully the goal is for them to repeat it. So if she places it in my hand, we want to make sure that she knows my hand is that exchange. So we'll fade my hand being open. My hand just might be, down to my side, and the goal is for her to get it in my hand to show that she's aware that that is the physical exchange right there, and the determination that, she wants the Play-Doh, and this is how she knows she can get it. But yeah, so during phase 1, it is extremely important that there are no verbal prompts. Phase 2 is just expanding the spontaneity of, different types of things. So in here, we've added more pictures, more things she likes. We would continue placing only one on top, and we would hope that she would be able, to spontaneously request for something without someone always around her. Phase 3 is simultaneous discrimination of pictures. So I might put Play-Doh and blocks on the front, and she would have to discriminate between the 2 and hand to me what item it is that she wants. Now, if she got it wrong, there's an errorless, a 4-step error correction process that we would go through. So if she handed me blocks, but she wanted Play-Doh, I would put it back on. I would demonstrate that she should have do Play-Doh. She'll have to take it off, hand it to me, and I'll say, Play-Doh, nice job with Play-Doh. So we just have to make sure that we're following that same procedure so she's aware that, just handing me an icon isn't going to get you the end result. You have to hand me the correct icon that you want. Phase 4 of PECS is building sentence structure. So down here we have we have a strip that you can pull off. So the goal with this is we have an I want icon. We would put that on the left side because we want them to read left to right. And if she wanted the ball, I want ball, she'd have to place it on the left. She can then touch it and say, I want ball. And the goal would hopefully for her to be able to hand it to us, take it off, hand it to us, and say, you know, I want ball. The goal obviously is for her to verbalize it, but if she just touched it and handed it to us, we would still reward her for it. We just are making sure we're repeating, I want ball, good asking for ball, and then we would give her the ball. Again, reiterating it over and over so that it becomes natural for them, and eventually, hopefully, they would vocalize that as well. After that was phase 4. So phase 5, we're now responding to what do you want. So the goal is to have, you know, nothing on there. We can have maybe the I want wrote down there ready to go, but that's not necessarily necessary. If I was to just say, oh, you know, what do you want? She would be able to go to her PECS, find what she wants, say it's puzzle, or we could also have a couple on here. I tend to do that if we're in a room that I know what toys or what items it is that they most likely want. I kind of place them on here, and she can then easily find it. I want ball, hands it to me, touches it, I want ball. Then finally, phase 7, oh, I'm so sorry, phase 6, I apologize, is commenting in response to a question. I personally have not worked with any clients that have gotten there yet, but I think PECS is a really great first start for a lot of communications for a lot of our kiddos. Maybe it can build into something like an ACC device, or even will hopefully build their language up enough to talk in full sentences. So that's a really, really fast rundown of what PECS is. Hopefully that helps. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.